All right, so before we get going, I know the main thing you want to see. How far can I hit a golf ball? Roll the footage. So I don't actually have golf equipment, so I'm going to use a mop and a piece of paper. Right, so I don't actually know how this is going to go, but look, I said I was going to do it, so I'm going to do it. It didn't work. So that didn't work out well at all. My name is Simon Miller, the board a-hole. Welcome to a brand new week. I actually shifted content back because I wanted to talk about this and I wanted to make it timely. And I don't know how many people care about this, but I know that I care about it because I think it's pronounced Bryson Dechambeau. It's probably not right at all. The American golfer. He won the US Open over the weekend, and it is the best story. Some people are freaking out, especially golf purists. Look, you may have watched this because you're a golf purist. I am not a golf purist. I love watching golf. I don't really know anything about it. I know the rules, but I mean, if you wanted to get into a proper nitty-gritty situation, conversation, you'd lose me in about 32 seconds, right? You just would. And I like playing the games and all that kind of stuff. So I'm a casual fan. And I kind of knew about Bryson Dechambeau's Bowl Cup during lockdown. But I didn't realize it created such a controversy in the golfing world.
I've literally been working out twice a day. At least after Shriners, I pretty much worked out twice a day for a good month and a half, somewhere around there.
But people are like, well, now we've got to change all our courses because this mother hubbard is driving the thing so far because he put on so much weight and he's just been focusing on power. It ruins it. It ruins the whole deal. And sometimes he goes in the rough and he just, again, using his power, he just smacks the absolute crap out of it. But I think it's great. And obviously the thing that I want to focus on is this idea that he used his body to become better at sport. And it's kind of one of those things in golf that I have always thought about. Now, again, please do correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm just going with what I've read and what I believe the correct research to be. But there was an idea sort of back in the day that golfers could be in any shape that you wanted. And you can see pictures of that. And then Tiger Woods came along, hence why he became the massive star that he was. He revolutionized golf because he was athletic and he was hitting the ball harder and so on and so forth. And that idea has just evolved and evolved and evolved. And when it comes to Bry, as I'm going to call him, because we're now buds, like I say, during that lockdown period, and he says he put on 20 to 30 pounds of muscle, or at least that's what the headlines do. I don't know what his take on it would be. I think a much better way of putting it on is, or the right way of describing it, is he put on 20 to 30 pounds of size. But that still counts, right? We all know about strength training. And if you just want to eat a bunch of food and go lift really heavy in the gym, you're going to get stronger. Now, I don't think that he's done that. But he has put on seemingly a legitimate 30 pounds, which is, I think he went from 195 pounds to 225 pounds. Then you get into the whole conversation where he can't be natural. Look at the pictures. Right, there he is. He's definitely natural, right? It's not like he's a big rip dude. All he has done is he has decided to, again, just put on loads of size so he could increase the range of his drive. Originally, it was like 302.5 yards, I believe, and he is now doing 323.8, which is a massive difference when you think on a golf course. It does come down to lengths and this and that. And look, I'm not saying he's not a good golfer either. I know that he works really, really hard, and again, I understand all the controversy, but I was just so fascinated that not only had he decided to do this, but I mean, how long we've been out of lockdown now? I can't even remember. But, however long we have been out there afterwards, he's winning the flipping US Open, which I think is a really, really cool deal. Here's the man talking about it.
I have a gym at home, so I just go in there probably for 30 minutes, and then I'd go back out, and then I'd go back in for another 30 minutes, and accumulated about like 3.5 hours of working out a day.
It's really kind of interesting, the routine that he took on as well. Says he's not a big fan of compound movements. He does isolation exercises, again, because that's what he's trying to do. I'm going to presume that he wanted his shoulders to be bigger and his chest and his back and his arms and all the sort of little bits that are going to contribute towards your swing. And in terms of diet too, he tried a ketogenic diet. He didn't like it. So now he just does a 2-to-1 ratio of carbs to protein. And I think that kind of sums up the look that he's going for. So he's eating more carbs than he is protein because he just wants size, but he wants to make sure that he's achieving muscle synthesis as well. And he has done this, and now the proof is in the pudding. It really, really is. And I kept recognizing his name more and more because obviously people kept talking about him in the fitness world. But to see him then make this step up, I was like, flipping A, man. Flipping A. That's what he did. He just did it with hard work and he did it with time. Like, he couldn't do anything in those months as none of us could. So he started eating better. He started working out more. Even works out his fingers, he says. I don't think you need to do that, but again, it's probably a golf thing. And he just utterly doubled down on this idea that he was going to put on size and it was going to reap rewards. And that's what happened. And now he's kind of set off this trend. I don't know whether he did it or whether it does root back to Tiger Woods, but there's another golfer, can't remember his name. he's doing the same kind of thing. The PGA are now saying we're going to have to redo all of our courses and maybe ensure that they're, not as focused on length and stuff like that. That's a game changer, man. There better be a documentary on Netflix about this soon, because they do flipping documentaries about anything else. And I like the guy as well, because I read an interview with him, I should say, where he says, talking about his diet, I understand eating this way isn't what you should do if you want to be super lean, but I decided I didn't want to be super lean anymore. You could argue that he was leanish beforehand, or he just looks like an athletic golf guy, and then he was like, no, I've got to do something different. And he thought outside the park, and he used muscles to get better at his sport. And that's kind of what Troye does. Who the hell was he play for? The Wolverhampton football player. Can never pronounce that guy's name. But Greg Doucette did a video on his. We don't need to talk about it. He absolutely smashed that out the park. But it's the same kind of thing with this, this evolution, this revolution of fitness is now being brought into all aspects. Darts will be next. I don't know whether you're a darts fan, but a lot of darts players back in the day, and maybe even now, I don't watch darts, you don't have to be in any shape to be a dart player, because you just go like this. But now they're all changing that too, and they're trying to think outside the box, because everybody wants success, and as we know, you need to have biceps to have success. It's not true at all. It's utter gibberish, but I just thought it's something I would say. Do you know what his best drive was as well? 367 yards. Now, I believe the world record is like 516 yards by a dude called Mike Austin. So how the hell he managed to do that, I don't know. But to me, it just sounds like my man Bry has embettered his life, not a word, because he used to wake up and he used to feel stiff in the mornings, he didn't feel in shape, and he wanted to change all that while also being successful at golf. And how can you claim he's not successful at golf? I'm pretty sure if you win the PGA or you win a major in golf, you get a good couple of million, if not more. So now he's loving it. Now he can probably reinvest that into a bunch more machines. But it was just the best story. It's the best story for me. I woke up, I was really excited. I don't know why. I think I just enjoy watching the big opens, right? And to think that this guy that has caused, like I say, a lot of people backing and forth arguing about this, as a dude that's not watching it for the integrity of the sport, I don't really understand what the problem is. I think we should do this in all sports. I think there should be like a mandate put out that everybody has to get big and jacked, and then we'll see. Then we'll see who the best guy is. But he just kept it simple. He started eating more food. He ate healthy food. He had a trainer. Again, he focused on isolation and 2-to-1, as we already talked about. That's what he decided to do. But it got him to where he needed to be. And under no point was he under any false pretenses that doing this diet and training this way was going to turn him into a big, ripped, 5-6% athlete. Because that he knew what he wanted to do, and he knew what his goals were. And maybe that's why I get so excited about it. I think that's the best message to put out there. That's a really good motivator, in the sense that you don't always have to achieve this stereotypical dream look, as people calling it, because it all depends on what your goals are. If you want to lose weight, you've done it. If you want to put on weight, put on. If you want to become a big fat guy, and you become a big fat guy, then you've done it. Again, some people say, there's one guy in the comments all the time is like, you should never do that. Sumo wrestlers. I'm going to show you a picture of a sumo wrestler now, and a sumo wrestler now, and my favorite sumo wrestler now, he's not a sumo wrestler, that was Yokozuna. Not even Japanese. He was a Samoan dude. I didn't find that out until I was like 25 years old, which is kind of embarrassing, but obviously his character and his gimmick was meant to be a sumo wrestler, and it was the first time as a child that I learnt what sumo wrestling is, so he'll always be number one. So there you go, Bryson Dechambeau. Is that his name? Forgotten already? You get a couple of thumbs up for me. I absolutely love what you're doing. Now, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, smash the bell button, ding, ding. There should be another video on the screen right now. Give it a click. Patreon, merchandise, Twitter, Instagram is in the description. Give that a click too. Otherwise, look, have a great Monday. Again, video already done for tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday, I think, because I finally got ahead of myself, and we'll keep smashing out this content. And if you don't watch stuff like this, I won't do it anymore. See you soon.